Welcome to the 2024 IPF World Classic and Equip Bench Press Championships live from Austin, Texas. And we have got one of the biggest sessions of the week lined up for you tonight. I'm Gary Williams and I am joined by none other than multiple world champion Joe Whiteley, and we are going to take you through the action. We've got the 84 plus open women and the 120 plus open men. This is going to be fantastic.
And in this flight we have Hilde Borg Hugdal, the biggest bencher in IPF history. She has the record at 238. She's opening at 230. What is she going to do today?
Nudge. On the platform now, Rebecca Salter from the US opening with 100 kilograms. This is going to be a quick flight. We've got 8 lifters. They are going to have to, the coaches are going to have to manage these athletes really well. They're going to have to be on the ball with their changes. Of course, in bench press, in the last lift, you get 2 changes, similar to deadlift.
Rebecca, this is her very first international competition, and what a competition to make your debut at.
Let's get this first one out of the road, get the nerves settled. And that should be a good lift. It is, and what a way to start.
Slow and steady, she has her first lift on the board.
One of the biggest competitions, one of the toughest competitions, and you make your debut. That has got to be nerve-wracking. Adriana Vargas Saborio from Costa Rica, 165 kilos.
She is 35 years old, has been competing 8 years.
These are huge numbers on the bar, and they're not even the biggest for this session.
This is the super heavyweight category, 84 plus kilos.
And it is a tough weight class as well. And the 120 plus and the 84 plus are tough weight classes because there's no top limit for weight. Just making sure she has her hand covering the rings on the bar. So on the bar there's the 81 centimeter ring markers. You cannot be further outside than that. So your furthest you can go out is the inside of your hand must cover that ring.
Now she got the start command there with 2 seconds to go. From bar loaded being called, you only have 60 seconds to make your lift.
I think that was just a bit much pressure.
That did not go well. I think with the clock ticking down, it's panic inducing, especially as it's her international debut.
Yeah, international debuts are tough because you walk out on the platform the first time. There's cameras, there's IPF referees, and then that clock comes down and the stress increases. Johan Baez from Puerto Rico. I hope I said that correctly.
Haven't seen her on the international platform for some time.
Yeah,
never seen her do bench only either. She's usually full power, squat, bench, deadlift.
So, could be a bit of a dark horse. We don't know what she can achieve on bench only.
She was held on the chest a while. It was skipping about a little bit, just bouncing. You won't get the command until the bar is stationary on your chest. Now, she got 1 red light, Gary.
Yeah, so usually that's elbow depth. There's a few other things it can be as well, but I think that's okay.
Her left elbow a little bit higher than her right. So the rule is that the bottom of the elbow must be at least parallel with the center of the shoulder joint.
Been competing 6 years.
So Karolina Kawata from Poland now, 185. Mixing all my languages together. Now, I think she holds a Polish record as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. She's the bronze medalist at this year's competition last year in Sun City, South Africa. That's a tough one.
She's got it to the top. It was a very awkward touch. And we get 3 white lights. She managed to regain control over that really well. If you watch the touch on the replay, it was just sliding laterally. And then...
Yeah, but she managed to get that right arm locked in the end. You must be holding the bar at arm's length with your elbows locked at the completion of the lift.
So Matilda Jella from Sweden now, 187.5.
Now, this is the first time we've seen her in equipment. She usually lifts classic.
Yeah, did she? I think she lifted classic.
She did.
Last week as well. So a lot of the athletes have lifted classic and then backed up here a week later to lift in the equipped session.
So she's already won one world title at this competition in the raw, but she's got a bench shirt on now. We're in the equipped side. She lifts full power as well, but I've never seen her lift in a shirt.
Well, that was a rough touch, but boy, did she recover well.
Well, she benches 150 raw, so 187 and a
That's
half
pretty
didn't
impressive.
present too much trouble
Shouldn't be
for
too
her.
much of a problem.
Denmark is Maria Kemp Jensen.
Maria Kamp Jensen from Denmark now, 195.
39 years old.
We are climbing up closer and closer to that elusive 200 mark.
She hasn't been to a world bench since Tokyo in 2019. She's been doing some local European competitions though.
Yeah, did she? She was bronze in Tokyo, I think, wasn't she?
Oh, she just missed.
Oh, she
was
just missed
fourth,
out.
Yeah.
That was a big competition, that one. Ooh, I'm going to wait for the referees on that
Me
one.
too.
That is
And
a
it's a
white
good
lights.
lift.
attempt from Maria. Please
It's
take
hard
the
from the
bar
side
up
angle
to
to say if the bar did
215
dip. The
kilos.
bar's got to go in one continuous movement. It can stop.
Bar is loaded
It can't
for
go
Kate
down again.
Sweatman.
And you can see it wiggled about a little bit, did
Yeah.
not go down.
So
She's
Kate Sweatman
39
now
years
from
old,
Great Britain, 215.
57 years.
Now she's asked for blocks. Lifters can ask for blocks of 10 centimetre, 20 centimetre or 30 centimetre to raise the platform. Now she should have had the clock reset there if
Set and ready for
it was
Kate.
a platform error, but she's still got 40 seconds. She doesn't have to complete the lift in that time, she just has to get the start command.
And Kate won the World Equipped.
She did.
Last
She
year.
she was the first British equipped world champion, women's world champion for I can't remember the exact number, but for decades. Biggest bencher in the UK, biggest squatter in the UK. Now he held her a
it
long
just got
time
away
there.
from her there.
Our next weight
So
is
if we could see that back from the
230
front,
kilos.
I mean the bar did look still.
So they're not going to get the press command until the bar is touching
Uh,
the
if
chest
you-
and stopped.
Bar is
He
loaded.
was there a long time
We
though.
call to the platform Hildeborg Hugdal of Norway.
Well, we're
She
about
is
to
a
get
41-year-old
a
teacher
bench
who
press
has 26
tutorial from Hildeborg Hugdal from Norway.
years of
An
competition
incredible
under her
lifter.
Now
A rap sheet as long as my arm.
She had the 3 lift bench record for quite some time. We have 2 sets of bench records, either the one done as part of full power competition or single lift. Now she's had the 3 lift bench record for some time, but at the UK Arnold in March she took the single lift record as well with 238, the biggest women's bench we've ever seen in the UK.
And she is so strong because that was not the best touch I've ever seen her
The
do.
lift is good, 2
Now
to
she
1
got
for
one red light. We have
Hildeborg.
3 referees arrayed around the platform. They each give a vote on whether it's good or bad. And the blue card infraction is for downward movement of the bar.
Bar is loaded.
Now I'm not certain that did dip.
No, I'm not certain either on that
Keep it
one.
coming.
So that is a good lift. 2 to 1 is good enough. So Hildeborg Hugdal is in the lead with 230. Maria Kamp Jensen on 195. And Matilda Heller is in 3rd place on 187.5.
The IPF World Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships on CBS Sports Network are powered by Visit Malta, by ESN, and by Maniac Fitness.
Rebecca Salter on the platform now, looking for 110. And I think it's a good lift.
The lift
It
good,
is
and Rebecca
3
Salter
whites.
is 2 for 2.
She's got to be happy with
Our
that.
next weight is 165 for Adriana Vargas Saborio.
Getting 1 lift in an equipped bench press
Costa
championships
Rica.
is a feat in its
Bar
own.
is
Getting
loaded.
2 is
She
fantastic.
missed this on her opening attempt and will repeat it.
Adriana Vargas Saborio from Costa Rica now missed her 165 opener.
I think it just went west.
Yeah, it just got a bit. I think the clock was counting down. Everything just didn't go to plan.
So she's out on the platform much earlier this time. If you haven't watched equipped bench press before, The athletes are wearing a very tight, constrictive bench shirt, and that will actually stop you bringing the bar to the chest. You have to have enough weight on the bar to get the bar all the way down, and you still have to pull it in.
You can see there how she's pulling the bar down to her chest, gets the touch. Oh,
Unfortunately, it did not get enough speed off the chest, and
it
I
was
think that
much better than the last, but it's still no lift.
Please raise the bar to 175
But don't be too
kilos.
concerned. That's a completely normal part of a quick failure. It's not unusual at all to see someone miss their first 2 lifts and then absolutely smoke their
No, this is
third.
interesting, Gary. Hildeborg Hugdal's put 237.5 on, which is just half a kilo shy of the world record.
Yeah, I think that's a case of making sure that gold medal is 100% secure. Joanne Baez now, Puerto Rico, 175. Oh, speed off
that
the chest was fantastic,
That was
wasn't it?
really
Look at
nice.
that, Joan Baez is 2
Once
for
again,
2.
she has the red card
the
for
bar to
elbow depth, so let's see
192.5.
that again from the front. We have a 3-person jury here today. If there are any 2-to-1 calls, they can overrule.
Bar
They
is
have all the
loaded.
different camera
Our next
angles and
lifter from
replays.
Poland is Carolina
Yeah, I think it's
Kowalska.
fine. I can see why the center referee is grabbing that one
192.5.
from the angle, but I think it's okay.
The jury are still discussing it.
Carolina Kawata, 192.5.
This will move her from 4th into 3rd place.
Yeah, the jury have sat back. They have to be unanimous to make an overturn. And if they disagree, they will not change the verdict.
So 192.5. This will push her up into the bronze medal position momentarily. But you've got to get your toe on the podium to have any chance. And she is still pushing that up. Did she lock it out? I don't know.
I would have to see that from the front to be absolutely certain.
Well, 2 refs think she did. 1 thinks she didn't. 2 is enough.
So let's take a look at the lockout at the top. Did she get those elbows straight?
Her strength and determination was
I think
fantastic.
so.
I think she's got it there.
With 197.5.
So the jury has
The
overruled.
jury say that was no lift for
Last attempt.
Carolina Kawata.
That is a no lift
Matilda
for
Jella
Kawata
now from
at
Sweden, 197.5. To try and push herself up into the silver medal for the moment. It's early days, but if you can get a lift on the board and get your toe on the podium in equipped lifting, you increase your odds dramatically. That was a tough one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you know, the way the bar was skipping around on her chest there, I thought she'd missed her line.
She
but
just
she
muscles
is
it
so
back.
strong.
the bar to 200 kilos. It is
I
loaded
mean, most
and
people
ready.
to miss their line by
Our
this
lifter
much.
is Maria
Yeah, you can see
struggle.
the bar
Denmark.
drifting as it comes down.
She sits in 3rd place.
But she just muscles
The
it back into
200
place.
will move her into 2nd.
It's a great equipped debut for Jalla.
Maria Camp Jensen, Denmark, 200 kilos. This will push her up into the silver medal position. Oh, that was a fantastic
Yeah,
lift,
nice and
wasn't it?
easy.
Strong looking attempt.
That looked better than her opener. She got a blue card there from the side referee.
Take the bar up to 217.5.
Now, when we talk about downward movement of the bar, we're talking about the whole bar. So it's not uncommon for a side referee
Bar is
to
loaded
think
for
there's a
Kate
movement and they're
Sweatman.
watching the end of the bar.
Missed this on her opener. She will
Kate
try to
Sweatman,
get onto
Great
the
Britain,
board.
217.5, wants to get this
217.5.
one on the board so she can start the challenge a little bit.
She's done 222.5. She did that at the UK Arnold in March.
Yeah, she's just got to put it all together.
She was held on the chest for a long time on her first lift.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a stressful lift. The blocks weren't out there for her, so the clock ran down a little bit. She was held for a little bit as well. Oh, it's shifting down on her. She's trying to get it back there. She got it back.
I think she's locked it.
I think she has that one
She
there.
locks it out, but it is
Oh,
a-
we've got 3 blue cards. So there could be downward movement, could be lockout.
So let's see that back from the front.
It is loaded. We are
Do you know,
ready
I'd
for
be taking a
Hilda
walk to the jury table.
Just to get some confirmation on that
Yeah.
one.
Leader and looks to create some
So here we
distance.
go, 237 and a half. Hildeberg Hagdal from Norway, an absolute legend of the sport. $237.5, half a kilo shy of the current world record. She's going to put this one on, secure that gold medal, and I think she's going to go big on the world record.
Well, I hope so. She's the defending world champion. She's also held full power equipped world titles.
Yeah, I think that one's good. It is 3
Three
whites.
white lights, and she is half a kilo away from the world record, from the biggest lift we've ever seen in the IPF.
I think we're going to see a 245 world record, a 245 world record.
Our weight is 120 kilos.
And that brings us to the end of round 2.
Salter.
And Hildeborg Hugdal is in the lead with 237.5. Maria Kamp Jensen is on 200. Yella is in third place with 197.5.
Bar is loaded and
The
ready.
IPF World Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships on CBS Sports Network are powered by Visit Malta, by ESN, and by Maniac Fitness.
Rebecca Salter on the platform, 120 on the bar for her third lift. Wouldn't it be great to see her go 3 from 3?
It's an unusual thing to do in equipped
It
bench.
is
It
a
is such
very
a
unusual.
technical sport.
As I've said, the most I've ever gotten is 1 lift.
It's not good enough just to be strong. You have to have technical mastery of the shirt.
Oh, she's still pushing, but it's just not going to get there. Big effort though.
And you can see the speed of our spotting and loading crew there. We have the Formula One pit
Ever
crew
so
of
close.
powerlifting
Yeah,
on
they
the
are
platform right now.
absolutely
We move
on fire.
To 165 kilos. Bar is loaded.
So
for
Adriana
Adriana
Vargas Saborio, Costa Rica.
We have a lifter in trouble here. She has 2 lifts down and nothing on the board.
This is a tough spot to be in. It's not an unusual spot in the quick lifter, particularly if you're very experienced, if you're used to this.
It doesn't matter
And we
what
have
your
many
far
times
rating
seen a
is.
lifter with nothing on the board come back and absolutely smoke a world record for
Yeah.
their third. So she needs to keep her nerve.
Yeah, I think for her, I mean, this isn't a case of making adjustments to the shirt or adjustments to the weight. This is just getting her calming down, getting her breathing right. Ignore everything that's going on around you. That's a better touch so far. Oh, and unfortunately that is a no lift as well.
So she cannot place in the competition.
For Carolina Kawata.
That is a tough way to finish your day.
Kawata attempts to go
But
from
unfortunately
fourth
in
to second.
equipped bench press, it happens more
That's
often
the
than
way
you
it
want.
goes sometimes.
Bar is loaded.
So Karolina Kawata from Poland. So she missed 192.5, now looking for 200.
I think the most we've ever seen from her on the international platform is 180.
Yeah, well
So
this is
we're-
a good move though, because this will push her up into the silver medal position for now. Oh, the touch is awkward. Not
No,
quite
not
there,
quite.
unfortunately.
Let's hear it for
That's a
Carolina.
shame.
We move to 202.5.
Best is
for
185,
Joan
sitting in fourth.
Baez. Bar is loaded. 202.5.
Joanne Baez from Puerto Rico, 202.5
to
to
the
try and get
silver
a toe
medal.
on the podium as well.
If successful.
So Kawata is in fourth, but there are 2 lifters that are going to try to come past and push her placing down.
It is a tough and brutal sport, a quick bench. It is such a fragile lift. One little thing's wrong, your shirt's not quite in the right position, the weight doesn't match the tension in the shirt.
then
So
suddenly you
many
have
things.
a weight that is far in excess of your raw capability in your hands.
So
And
many things can go wrong.
so hard to recover.
And you can see her really having to pull that down and drop low. Yeah, it was
That is a no lift and a
great work for the
fantastic
spotters,
catch
but if
by
we
the
see the
SPD
replay, you can
spotters
see
and loaders.
that was the example.
an attempt
When you
change
pull
in
through that
progress.
shirt,
Attempt
you're building up
change
potential
happening as we
energy. The
speak.
shirt wants to go in the path of
Little
least
jockey for
resistance. You
position.
want the most resistance, and this
Our
is
next
what
weight
happens.
is 210 kilos.
So we've just had a
And our
change
lifter
go in.
is
It
Maria
was
Camp
Jensen.
Jensen.
I think no longer defending from Baez, because Baez was trying to
Bar
come
is
past
loaded.
Jensen, so she's changed and gone up.
Yeah, so Maria Kamp Jensen from Denmark will look at 210 now. So she's in the silver medal position. But Yella has the potential to go past her there. That was a quick touch, but it's worked for her.
I think her left arm unlocked.
The lift is
Well, we've
good.
got a
Maria
yellow
Camp
card
Jensen can
from the
do no
side
wrong
referee.
today.
Another
3 for
attempt
3.
change going
We
in.
have an attempt change happening.
It is
We need
Matilda Yeller has put an
210
attempt change
kilos.
in. She's dropped to
Our
210.
lifter, Matilda Yella of Sweden.
The jury has overruled.
Jensen. It
The
must be
Jensen.
Jensen.
Jensen
Yeah,
at 210
that was
was
no
no
lift for
lift.
Jensen.
Bar
Maybe there
is
was some
loaded
butt lift or
for
some other
Matilda.
infraction.
Yeah.
You have to keep your butt, shoulders,
This
and
will
head
move her from
in
the
contact with the
bronze
bench and your
to
feet
the
flat on the
silver
floor.
medal.
So Matilda Yeller now 210 to move from bronze to silver.
No one's catching Hugdal in the lead.
210 kilos.
Kate Sweatman still to get one on the board. But if she does, she will fly into second
She
place.
certainly will. Oh, she is so strong. Again, that wasn't a great touch.
Just moved up a spot on the
In her
podium,
first
ladies
ever
and
equipped
gentlemen.
competition, obviously she has a lot of experience in the classic disciplines.
Our next
This
weight
is a
220
great appearance
kilos.
from Yella. I
Our
hope
lifter,
she'll
Kate
stick with it and we'll
Sweatman.
see her more.
Absolutely
Bar
fantastic.
is loaded.
So Kate Sweatman now in a little bit of bother. She's got 220 on the bar. She missed 215, 217 and up. I think the 220 is a good move.
Somebody near clap
Her
their
touches
hands for
look
Kate
difficult.
Sweatman.
She's done this weight before.
This
is
will
the
make her touches a bit easier.
Current
Into second
full power
place.
world champion. She's got all the support of the British team in the audience. She is absolutely capable of this weight. The touch has been very difficult though, which is why she's been sneaking the weight up a little bit, even though she's missed.
Yeah, I think the 220 should be just about right to fix that touch. And
That's
it is.
better,
Look at
that's
that. Look at
better.
that.
She was held for such a long time on the chest there.
I think she's locked
I
that
think
out
she's
though.
got it though.
She gets 2 white lights.
She's in silver medal position
We've got a red light.
for elbow
Elbows
depth.
and
Well,
they
that
look
looks
fine.
fine to me.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, Hildeborg Hugdal is going to try.
One
and
lift
open
remains,
world
Gary.
record, ladies and gentlemen.
And here we go with the last lift. So Sweatman puts herself up into the silver medal. Hildebert Hugdal, world open record, 240.5 kilos.
Somebody clap their hands right now.
This is enormous.
This is 2.5 kilos more than she has done on the international stage before.
If anyone can do it,
Her bench has
It's her.
been rising for some time. And she has the fiercest coach in the business.
oh, can she lock that
No,
left? Not quite.
quite.
Just not happening. Let's
Just
give it
didn't
up
quite
for
get there, but
Hildeborg
what
Hugdal,
an
ladies and
enormous
gentlemen.
effort, and she is the world champion.
Folks, it is time to back up the Texas Cattle
Her,
Trust.
her touch was a bit too easy, I
Yeah,
think.
she dropped on the chest a bit.
Just
Our
needed.
first lift is going to
Didn't
be
have quite enough from
Yeah,
the
just didn't
shirt.
quite get the balance right, but she'll get that next time.
So Hildeborg Hugdal takes the gold medal with 237.5. Kate Sweatman straight into silver with 220. Matilda Yeller 210.
Well, we move straight into the men's 120 plus now, and this is going to be even more exciting. Jeremy Fisher to take the platform from the US with 205.
But we have some big names in this class.
Yeah, you look at that. I mean, Garrett Bentley, Shane Martin last year were battling it out in Sun City.
And also Ahmed Hassanin, we usually see him in the 3 lift, squatting nearly 500 kilos.
Oh, and a great start from Jeremy
Wow.
Fisher.
Easy opening weight for Jeremy
Ooh,
Fisher.
we got a yellow card there from the
Yeah,
front
yellow
referee.
cards can cover a range of infractions. So head lift, the wrong grip, jumping commands. We won't get to see if he jumped the command on the replay. But that looked good from here.
Been competing 6 years.
Kazuho Uemura from Japan, 220 kilos. Now, I feel like he lifted in Sun City last year.
He did, he got 6th place.
That's where I know him
Yep.
from. He had a bit of a rough time, if I remember rightly. He had a very rough time. Well, here he is opening at 220. Oh, that was
Easy.
fantastic. Now that was his, if I remember rightly, that was his finishing weight in Vilnius.
I think you're right, Gary, back in 2021.
So that's great progress.
Bar is loaded.
And he looks like he's really
38-year-old
mastering the shirt
coach
now as well.
6 years.
Craig Coggle from Great Britain now, as you can probably hear from the crowd, 237.5.
He's been coaching all week. And quite often when you're coaching, you're giving so much to the lifters, emotional and physical energy. It's hard to keep anything back for yourself. But let's hope he has something in reserve for his own competition. Quite new to equip lifting, only started last year. Already at the World Championships.
Oh, that is a difficult touch too.
He got there in the end, but
That's a great press though.
wow!
That was a fantastic press. He's got a blue card.
So to be down there at the bottom for such a long time, searching for that touch, you can see he's not quite touching his chest. Still not. Finally, he's got it there.
Bar is loaded.
But the shirt gave him everything he needed to get that back to the top.
Been competing 23 years.
Well, Kenneth Sandvik about to take the platform from Finland, 310 kilos. And he is certainly a familiar face around powerlifting and world bench press. He's got a pretty long list of achievements.
He just missed the podium last year in Sun City.
He's looking strong though. Can he lock that elbow
He is. He
out?
came off the chest
That is a good
awkwardly.
lift,
He kind of
2-1.
shifted over to the
Please
side.
raise the bar to
So if we see that back again from the front,
327.5 for Shane Martin
As
of
he came off the
Canada.
chest, he had some lateral shift to the left.
Shane is a
There it
36
went.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
lot, wasn't it?
Bar is
Good
loaded.
control.
They call him the strong arm of the law.
So Shane Martin now from Canada, 327.5. This is well off what he's capable of.
It is. He's the defending world champion. He benched 347.5 last year for the gold medal.
I think he's just making sure he gets that opener on the bench, on the board.
In fact, we have a rematch here. Last year it was Shane Martin with the gold,
It certainly was.
Chimata Mbatar with silver, Garrett Bentley with the bronze. All three of those lifters are on the platform today. No, he's dropped
just
that.
got a bit
Yeah.
lateral on him.
Got away
That
from
is
it.
the shirt pulling one direction, while you're trying to pull the other, and the shirt wins.
It looked as though his left arm internally rotated at the shoulder.
Bar is
But when you're
loaded.
searching
Our
for the
lifter from
touch,
Sweden,
you have to be so
Rasmus
patient.
Mjällby.
No, he shifted to the side there and it
He's
rolled
Yeah.
over.
29 years old, been competing
Just slow
for
it down a
8
little bit,
years.
be patient. So Rasmus Mjällby from Sweden, 3:30.
Had a tough time on the platform last year, didn't manage to get one in.
He's been pretty successful in Europeans.
Yeah, he took the silver at the 2023 Euros in Merignac with 3:25.
Gets the touch. Oh, I think he just couldn't lock
fades
it
at the
out.
top.
That is a no lift.
And that
just
is,
a
I
little
mean,
short.
it's
We
a really
remain
tough
at
thing in equip lifting.
330 kilos.
That top part is the easiest and the hardest all at the same time. It's the easiest because you haven't got to shift it very far and it's your triceps doing all the work. But it's the hardest because by the time it gets there, fatigue is kicking in, your ATP cycle has run out, there is nothing left in the tank.
And by the time you get to the top, the shirt doesn't help you all the way up. The shirt only helps you get the bar halfway, and you have to be underneath it and ready to drive it home.
Well, here is another big lifter, Ahmed Hassanin from Egypt. 330 kilos, weighed in at a massive 187.3.
Now we know him as a big squatter. If you remember in Stavanger, he had a crack at 500, I think, or was it 50?
I think it was 505 when he squatted something ridiculous. Oh, just couldn't get that one together.
That is a no lift.
Just threw him back a bit there. That's the shirt pushing him around a little bit.
Yeah, 505.5 he had a crack at. And you know he stood up with it, but he wasn't quite deep enough. So he is a strong guy.
You know, in this
Just
case,
came off his line a bit.
yeah, I'd probably pull the collar down a fraction on that, get him a bit more speed to keep the direction going.
He's 43 years old and works in the world
Chimitsiran
of business,
Bata
been
from
competing
Mongolia,
23 years.
347.5.
Now, even though he's lifting in the open, he's a Masters 1 lifter. That's the age category 40 to 49. What's the Masters 1 record, Gary?
It is 385, and we should also mention that Sandvik is not just a Masters 1 lifter. Next year he'll be an M2
Masters
lifter.
2, 50 to 59 class. Bata was the silver medalist last year behind Shane Martin.
Yeah, we've got all three of them back. Oh, just gets the touch there. He is so strong.
I'm a bit concerned about the lockout,
Yeah,
That is a good
but the
lift.
refs think it's okay,
2-1.
and the refs are the people
We
you
take
need to
the
please.
back to 372.5 for Garrett Bentley of Canada.
oh, and the jury has actually overruled that lift.
The last
Is it,
lift.
I didn't quite
I didn't
catch the
catch
colour
it,
of the,
what colour of the
the
failure
overall
it was, but
card.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was for lockout.
372.
Right now, this is the man we've been waiting to see, Garrett Bentley from Canada, opening at 372.5.
His bench has been on fire recently.
I have been watching a number of his training videos, and I won't give anything away, but some of the numbers he's putting on that bar in training are ridiculous.
Well, I can tell you that he won at the UK Arnold in March with 377.5. And he's opening only 5 kilos lower than that.
Let's see what he can do today. He's got to get the lifts on the board, though.
And when you're dealing with weights these heavy, the slightest error you won't be able to recover it.
Gets the touch there. Gets the speed. Gets the lock. I think he's got
I
it.
think he's got it.
He is going to be hard to beat. 2 white lights. He gets a yellow from the side referee.
So if we can see the side view back for the
We begin
replay.
round 2, strip it down to 220 kilos. We will call Jeremy Fisher to the platform.
Oh, it's marginal. You have to keep your butt planted.
And the
Yeah,
jury has
jury's
overruled.
for butt lift.
Bar is loaded.
So Garrett Bentley is
Jeremy
not in the
Fisher.
lead. He missed that. Yeah, it's Kenneth Sandvik with
jury
310
has
ahead of Craig Coggle
overruled
and Hugh Mura.
Bentley's 372.5.
The IPF World Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships on CBS Sports Network are powered by Visit Malta, by ESN, and by Maniac Fitness.
So Jeremy Fisher on the platform with 220. And it looks good.
It does, but
The
we
lift is
have
good, 2 to 1.
only 4
Please raise the
out of
bar
our 9
to
lifters
250
have a
kilos.
lift on the board at this point.
And this is the thing about equipped bench press. It doesn't matter where you nominate. Get your lifts on the board. Jury has overruled that last lift on a yellow card.
Fisher's 220.
So we couldn't see from the replay. It may have been foot movement. It could have been missed commands. It could have been butt lift.
So Craig Coggle now from Great Britain looking for 250. He is currently ranked number 2. Obviously we've got a few guys to get some lifts on the board.
He needs to watch his head. You can see the shirt is trying to pull his head up.
Oh, he's struggling to get that touch.
But once he gets it, it's straight to
Yeah, look,
lockout.
his first lift he struggled to get the touch as well.
Good lift, 2 to 1
He's
for
got
Craig
one
Coggle.
blue card there.
He's raised the
2
bar
whites is a
to
good lift,
310
but one blue
kilos.
card gives the jury the
Bar is
opportunity to
loaded
have a closer
for
look.
You can see he was struggling to keep it on his chest.
Of Japan.
I think it's okay. I think it was from the side referee, and the bar did tilt either side, which could easily be seen as
He will attempt to move
double
Now,
movement.
look at the jump
first
that
place.
Uemura's made, Gary.
Uemura has gone from 220 to 3. That's got to be a different shirt.
Has to be. There's no way the same shirt could let you get 220 to your chest if you intend to press 310 with it. But this will take him into first place because he is lighter in body weight than Sandvik.
It's an enormous amount of weight to handle as well in one change. I mean, in this sort of flight, you're not going to have time out the back to get a rep in to feel the weight.
Oh,
Well,
it looked like it was going.
I got to say I'm impressed though.
One more time.
He faded just at the top.
He might not have got it, but the Merblom next from Sweden, 330 for a second attempt. Missed it on his first.
It'll take him into first.
Yeah, if he gets this on the board, it'll shoot him all the way to the top of the table.
Bar is loaded for Rasmus.
And it's interesting, the
This
3
is on his
favourites
opening attempt.
haven't got
We
a
would
lift on the
love
board.
To see him get on the board.
Well, it might only take them one. If Garrett Bentley gets 1 on the board.
But at this level, and these kind of weights, it's high risk, high reward.
Yeah, he's just struggling
Lock
with that left arm, isn't he?
Good looking attempt for Rasmus.
The referees are happy with it though. 3 whites.
Cannot overturn 3 white lights. The jury can only overturn a 2-1 decision.
Shane Martin. We're going to call out the sheriff. He missed a 327.
Shane Martin now
Mr.
Missed the 327 and a half. I think he's made the right move here going at 330. He's just going to try and get the touch a bit easier. And if he gets this on the board, it shoots him up into the gold medal position, because he is lighter than... who's in the number 1 position at the moment?
Merblom.
Yeah, so he's lighter than Merblon by quite a bit. I got lost in the sea of reds.
But the 2.5 kilo, with 330 kilos, 2.5 kilo increase.
You're not
is
even
a
going to
tiny
feel it.
percentage.
That was a
Brilliant.
million times better. The touch was so much easier.
And that's why he's the defending world champion.
It's
But
all
sometimes,
about it.
as a lifter, sometimes psychologically you think, I was struggling for the touch, another 2.5 kilos, I'll get it easier. And it settles your mind a little bit. You're going out, thinking to yourself, we've made a change, it'll be better this time.
So Kenneth Sandvik now looking to chase after that silver medal position as well. He's currently in the bronze medal position. 330 will take him up to silver. Shane Martin's in a good position in regards to body weight. That was a very awkward touching position there.
It slid to the left again. I wonder if his shirt is on slightly crooked, because he's shifting all the way to the left on all his lifts.
Yeah, if one of the sleeves is twisted a bit further than the other, it can really push you to one side.
Missed this on his 330 on his
Ahmed Hassanen from Egypt. He missed the 330 opener, looking for 332.5, and we said that the touch was probably a little bit difficult, didn't really get the power he wanted out of it. He's gone on for a couple more kilos here. And you're right, as you said, at 330 kilos, he's not even going to really feel an extra 2.5 kilos on there.
He is an experienced lifter in full powerlifting. However, in single lift, he hasn't just squatted 470 kilos.
Yeah, that's right. And it is a different sport altogether. Everything out the back is different. It moves faster. Oh, he got that back. It wants to
won't
shift.
go down. He's being quite patient with it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
shifting. Can he pull it back?
about. You
No,
know,
he's not going to get it there.
and he was using so much energy all the time he was trying to pull that in.
That is a tough one to swallow, but I mean, it's a tough one. It's a lot of weight. Do you add another 2.5, or do you try and release the shirt?
It's difficult, isn't it?
Releasing the shirt is such a tough one because you release it too far.
And you can't put the weight down.
Yeah, I think I'd go with an extra 2.5. Just he's got to get that touch easier.
I might put 5 on. He couldn't get that
Yeah,
to his
no,
chest
you're right.
at all.
The Bata now from
In fact,
Mongolia.
excuse me, Gary. Sorry, he's put another 20 kilos on it.
Of course, why not? That makes sense. Well, I mean, if you, the thing is, high risk, high reward. He's missed 2 lifts. His only chance he's got now is to get one big one in. Bata now 347.5. You almost got his first one. He was strong.
Lost it right at the top last time. Looks like, has that left arm locked?
The left is good.
Well, he's got 2 whites.
He is your new leader. Our next weight, 372.5 for Garrett Bentley of Canada.
And 2 whites is good enough. That is a good lift.
372.5 last round.
Garrett Bentley is about to find his way back. The jury has actually overruled. It is a no lift for Bata.
So Bata goes back to the bottom of the table.
347.5.
Well, if Garrett Bentley puts this one on the board, I think he's going to be almost unstoppable at 372.5.
But he needs to get it on the board. He's done more weight than this in competition relatively recently. He's definitely capable of it.
Yep, he's dialed in the shirt. He's gone at the back. He's talked to his coach. He told him what went wrong, and they've made all the necessary adjustments.
He has Ryan Stinn in his corner. He's a very experienced coach. See the compression on his chest, but he's struggling for the touch. There it is.
Speed is good. Lock is good.
I think
I
he's
think
got
it's
it.
good. It is 3 white
3
lights.
white lights, and Garrett Bentley is on the board.
Wow, he is going to be hard to beat with 372.5. That
Cut
is
a quick
enormous.
glimpse of his fan club there. They had Garrett Bentley t-shirts on.
We have reached the final round of the IPF
What a
World
lift.
Bench
That's the end of the second
Championships.
round.
Bar is loaded at 225.
So
for
Garrett
Jeremy
Bentley is on the
Fisher.
board with
He will attempt to move
372.5.
from
Shane
seventh
Martin on
to sixth
330.
place.
Ahead on body weight of Rasmus Breerblom.
The IPF World Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships on CBS Sports Network are powered by Visit Malta, by ESN, and by Maniac Fitness.
Jeremy Fisher on the platform for 225. Pop off the chest was great.
Just a little short on the lockout.
His line was, I think his line was just ever so slightly off, so by the time he got to the top, it just
Bar is
overbalanced.
loaded for Craig. He currently sits in 5th place.
And just having a look at the body weight, Garrett Bentley weighed in at 140.7. I remember about 5 years ago, Garrett Bentley weighed in for the super heavyweights at about 121 kilos.
I think he's done a little bit of growing since
If he
then.
hadn't had that piece of toast for breakfast, he wouldn't have been a super heavyweight. Craig Coggle, now Great Britain, 275, ranked number 5. This lift will not change that.
But 1 hour ago, his personal best was 245,
And now
and he has
it's 250.
275 on the bar.
That was his best touch yet. And he's going to get it to the top.
I'm not sure
Just
if
can't
this
quite
angle
lock
about
it
the
out.
left arm.
That is a
No.
no lift, but it wasn't
But
for
you've got to
lack
take
of
your
a
hat off
effort.
to him. He just pressed
Give it up for Craig
275.
Coggle. We
Absolutely.
move to 310 kilos. Bar is loaded.
He was so close to getting it there. That left arm just didn't want to do the job.
This will move Kazuho into 4th place.
Uemura now looking for 310 to move from 6th to 4th. Interesting, he's opted to keep the 310. There's a huge jump from 220 to his second to 310, even with a change of
He
shirt.
nearly got it though.
He was
It was
so
close.
close. Can he do it now? Now that he's felt what 310 really feels like.
It's down, but it's
Oh,
not
it's
going
just-
up.
That is a no lift.
I think he's just used up
He's
too
raised
much
the bar
energy
to
now by the time he got to that
330
lift.
kilos.
But I got to say, he is stronger than he's been ever.
Bar is loaded for Ken
Always a
Sandvik.
risky strategy to change your
This is
shirts.
his
You have to be
attempt
so
move from
fast.
4th to the bronze medal
Kenneth Sandvik
with
now,
330.
Finland, 330 on the bar to move into the bronze medal position. Missed it on his second. And his wife, I believe, is handling him there today.
So currently we have Shane Martin and Meerblom on 330. This will put Sandvig on 330 as well. But the lighter body weight takes the advantage.
Can he lock that left?
No,
Not quite there.
unfortunately not.
Just not happening. Let's clap your hands for Kenneth.
And he won't make the podium today,
Our
unfortunately.
next
So
weight is
close.
342.5 kilos. We call to the platform.
Got good speed off the
Rasmus
chest though.
Bjorklund.
Just
Bar
that
is loaded.
left arm lag behind. Third lift is tough. You are getting fatigued by now. These enormous weights just take it out of you.
And I think it's worth saying that just standing around in a bench shirt is tiring.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Merblom now from Sweden, 342.5. This will push him up into the silver medal position. It's way more than he's ever lifted before.
He's in 3rd place, but that is not guaranteed. We have 2 lifters who are going to try and come past. By inches, it's moving
Oh,
up.
he's just not going to lock
His
that out,
left
is he?
arm won't lock.
That is a no lift 2-1.
So we got a blue card and a yellow
Please
card.
raise the
It's
bar
a,
to
it's an
350
interpretation thing.
kilos.
You could argue that he finished the lift with soft lockout, blue card, or you could argue that he
He
didn't
didn't
quite
finish the
finish the
lift.
lift, which is
Bar
yellow
is
card.
loaded. We're
So
gonna
that's
call
why you
out
get a
the
mixed
Mongolian
result.
strongman,
Well,
Kimit
Vatar
Siri.
now from Mongolia has not got a lift on the board yet. This one could shoot him all the way up to silver.
Which is where he finished
Needs this
last
to get
year.
on the board.
This is a tough field this year, though.
It sure is. I mean, look at Garrett Bentley, 372.5. That is just phenomenal. And looking for a massive
Anybody care to see
400 for
Kimit
his
Siri
third.
get on the board here? Somebody clap their hands for him right now.
Can he get it there? It's still going up. Just
I
can't
don't
quite
think
lock
so.
it.
Right arm faded
Just now
right at the
happening.
top.
Let's give it up for Kim and Siren.
Such an effort, though.
That's a shame for Batar.
We remain at
But it happens to
350
all
kilos.
equipped lifters at the top. If you're pushing the very limits
Bar is
of
loaded for
human
Shane
possibility,
Martin of Canada.
then it doesn't always go your way.
Shane Martin, Canada, 350. He is in silver. This won't secure it.
Because we still have Hassanin.
So Hassanin will have to change. If Shane Martin gets 350, Hassanin has to change to 352.5 because he's heavier. Oh, just couldn't quite get it
It was a
there.
bit of an awkward touch. He kind of. Oh, he split his shirt. His shirt
Well,
blew
you
out on
don't
him.
see that very often.
You do not see that with a super katana very often.
That is something I have never seen happen.
If he can
As
make
he
this
went up,
attempt, he slides
yep, the-
into the silver medal.
I have
As yet-
never seen that
Yeah,
happen
you see,
ever
look at his
before.
arm there. I haven't seen a sleeve blow out.
Thankfully, it was on the way up.
And we had the spotters keeping him safe.
So Ahmed Hassanin from Egypt, 350 to go after the silver medal. Currently,
And we
Shane
have
Martin is silver.
Thunder running around the hall. People are stamping their feet, encouraging him to get this lift on the board.
Final
It's a
attempt.
huge lift. It's 25 kilos more than he's done in international competitions before.
This will be for the silver medal.
Can he get it on the board? Cutting it
He needs to
fine.
get under the bar really quickly now. Gets the start command with 4 seconds to go. Oh,
No.
it went.
Unfortunately, it just drove forward on him, so Shane Martin will take the silver medal.
Ahmad Hassanin. Clap your hands for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Shane Martin takes the silver medal with one lift.
Attempt of the
And that is
IPF
equipped lifting,
World
isn't it?
Championship.
There is only one lifter so far that's got 2 lifts in, and that's Craig Coggle, one of our newer benchers.
And here comes Garrett Bentley, 402.5. I remember his early days as a super heavyweight. Now look at him, 140.7 kilos and a world champion.
The roof is coming up here in support of Garrett Bentley.
Can it be done?
And such a nice guy as well.
He's had some of his own lifters here, so he's been helping out in the back room on and off.
Wouldn't we all love to see 402.5 kilos?
And he has the aggression. He looks fired up and ready.
We said before this comp started that if he gets the chance, he'll load up 400.
And 400 wasn't enough. He put 402.5 on.
Look at the control. No, he's
No.
just out of position.
That is a no limit.
Big effort though.
For Garrett for giving 402.5
What an incredible effort
a
though.
little ride.
Just to handle
Yeah.
402.5 kilos is just incredible. You could see he was getting out of position.
And he's felt it in his hands now. He's felt the weight of the bar. You know, maybe he'll just have to settle for being world champion.
Oh, what a tough gig, hey?
So Garrett Bentley takes the world title for the very first time with 372.5 kilos. Shane Martin, the last year's world champion, takes the silver medal with 330 on body weight, ahead of Rasmus Merblom, Sweden, who lifted the same weight. 4th place is Kenneth Sandvik, 310. Craig Coggle, that's a great result for him. 5th place at the World Championships with 250. And Umara Fisher, Batar, last year's silver medalist, and Hassanin did not get a lift in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough sport. Equipped bench press is one of the toughest sports on the planet without a doubt. But I think I would have to say Garrett Bentley, 372.5. There's been so many amazing moments of this competition, but I think that was probably one of my favourites simply because Garrett is such a nice guy. I remember him first starting the 120 heavyweight. I remember on the commentary I mentioned he weighed 121, and I said he's a bit small.
It's a bit small for the
for a
class.
super heavyweight, and he waited for me in the lobby. Did you call me small? Well, he's certainly not small anymore.
He certainly isn't. But we've had 11 days of competition in Austin, Texas. There have been so many great moments. We had Kostiantin Musienko.
Oh, that was just an incredible world record. We had, in the start of the week, I remember we had 5 world records in one session.
I think
it
so.
It was just outstanding depth of competition.
There was a session in one of the age classes, in one of the masters classes, where every lift in the class was a world record.
It was just unbelievable. The whole format, the lifters have just been performing beyond anything or any depth we've ever seen. In the masters and juniors categories have been the strongest competitions I've ever watched in the masters and juniors.
The depth of competition has been fantastic throughout the age classes, through all the open classes as well.
Yeah, quite often people are lining up to watch the opens. In this year, people are lining up to watch the masters. People are lining up to watch the juniors. They were just that good of a competitions.
And we have packed the halls out with spectators. For every session, they've been here, they've been cheering people on, they've been supporting their team, which is always fantastic to see. But we always have a great community in powerlifting, and bench press in particular. And in equipped, you can't do it alone. You need a team around you.
That's right.
To put the equipment on.
You can't roll up to the gym and train on your own. You've got to have a crew of people as well. And particularly if you're training with 300 plus kilos, you need to have multiple spotters. You've got to have the right equipment to do it as well. You know, it's a really hard thing to do. But of course, you know, none of this is possible without the athletes.
Absolutely. And we've had 1,000 of them here in these 11 days of competition, which has been fantastic. And we say goodbye to Austin, Texas. See you next year.
ready to present our awards, ladies and gentlemen. They are led out by Mr. Helmut Platzer of Germany. Give him a nice round of applause. Presenting the awards tonight on our final session, IPF President Gaston Parage and IPF General Secretary and Powerlifting America President, Mr. Robert Keller. We begin with the 84 plus kilo open awards. Lifting 210 kilos from Sweden, our bronze medalist, Matilda Jelle. Our silver medalist with a lift of 220 kilos from Great Britain, Kate Sweatman. And our gold medalist, lifting 237.5 kilos from Norway, Hildeborg Hugdal. I ask that you all rise. Please remove your caps for the playing of the Norwegian national anthem. Congratulations, ladies. Excellent job. We move to the 120 plus kilo men's open division. Our bronze medalist with a 330 kilo lift from Sweden, Rasmus Mieblund. Our silver medalist, also lifting 330 kilos, from Canada, Shane Martin. And your gold medalist with a lift of 372.5 kilos, from Canada, Garrett Bentley. I ask once again that you would all rise. Please remove your caps for the playing of the Canadian national anthem.